All right, Monica, I want to show you something that I think you can find a way to use. It's called conditional formatting. We talked just a little bit about it. In a nutshell, what you do with conditional formatting is you try to first select all the cells that you're currently using or that you think you would like to put conditional formatting on. So we'll say, I know this list is only going to be 20 cells long, so I'll select all the way down to 20. So I'll only have conditional formatting on these. The button for conditional formatting is right there, and there's a variety of different things you could do, but we're going to go with highlight cells rules. That means that these cells will be highlighted if they meet a certain requirement. And we'll go to text contains because these cells only have text in them. And instead of the word dog in there, I'm going to put cat, C-A-T. And if you look over to the left, you see the cells that contain cat have been highlighted with red fill, and then they have dark red text in them. If we didn't like that, we could make our own conditional formatting. Easy to do. You just choose the fill you want. If you wanted to change the font, you could do that too. Go with that. I don't think that will come up and be very visible, but at any rate, you can make it look the way you want. So there, and now if I put the word cat here, C-A-T, enter, now it gets that same formatting. It also works with numbers. I'll select down to 20 again, and we'll go back over to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, and tons of different things you can do on numbers. Say greater than, highlight all of the cells that are greater than 70, and you see that these cells are highlighted. Change that number. You could say greater than 100. Now just those, and of course you can change that formatting as well. Give it that, and then if we were to come down here and put that one would not be formatted, that one would be formatted. Now with dates, I think you might get more use, or probably just as much use out of dates. Got it selected, conditional formatting. We'll go back to highlight cell rules, down here to a date occurring. So if you were looking for out of a whole long list of dates, you wanted to find just the ones that were yesterday, you could do that. But there's under the drop down, there's lots of other things you could do. Today, tomorrow, last 7 days, let's say last month. That none of those are last month. We'll go next month. There, these are all the dates that'll show up next month. And I'll give that an OK. And again, if I put 9/1 and enter, then that one shows up. If I put 8/1, that one would not be formatted. So that's a little bit of how conditional formatting works. Then there is a thing where you're not using the prepared conditions that show up here, but you actually make your own rule. And that's somewhat of an advanced feature, but you can get on Google and find some rules that are already done. People have worked them out for you, and that's what I did with this one that I'm going to show you today. You remember on your sheet, you were highlighting the rows that had where you had assigned an ISC, and you had to remember or had to be aware that this particular row needed to be highlighted because you had assigned an ISC to it. Well, what I'm proposing is that if you've entered the letters ISC in here and a dash, then that row will automatically be highlighted. So here is how you do that. This is a formula that I found online, and I knew enough about Excel and conditional formatting that I kind of knew what I wanted it to do, so I was able to narrow my search. And with a little bit of modification, I made this work on your sheet. So I'm going to select it, Control C to copy it, and then remember we've got to select the cells that we want this to work in. First I'm going to go home, Control Home, and now we're going to select the whole sheet. I don't know if you're aware of it, but this button right up here, just above the 1 and just to the left of the A, selects every single cell on the whole sheet. So you click on that, and now then we're going to go to conditional formatting. We're going to do a new rule, and then you come over here where it says use a formula to determine which cells to format. and then down in this box where it says format values, where this formula is true, and the formula is that. All right, so, and don't even bother with trying to figure out what this formula is doing. I could explain it to you, but I wouldn't want to explain it on a video. Format will make a fill, say with this purplish looking thing, and then the font, rather than changing the color of the font, I'm just going to make it bold, so this will stand out pretty good. We'll give that an OK. We'll give that an OK. And now let's test it. Let's scoot this over where you can see it a little bit better. It's column M that we're concerned with. If the letters ISC and a dash are in column M, then I want that whole row to be highlighted. And as I just look through it, it looks like it's working. Let's test one out. Here I'm going to put ISC. That's in lowercase too, by the way. Dash and enter, and it fills that in. Now I'm going to do it capital. Capital ISC and a dash, and now enter, and so it works. All right, I've done this about 6 times, and you probably heard the daughter coughing in the background. I wasn't going to let that bother me this time, but I have had trouble upon trouble getting this thing to work. I'm not sure what that's doing there, but at any rate, we've got this to work today, so I will send it to you, and you can see what you think about it. Bye.